Hello everyone, Randy here again, and we're playing American Truck Simulator. And we are in version 1.3, I believe that's a beta patch, which comes with the Arizona DLC. So, I just got a quick job here that'll hopefully take us down into Arizona. As you can see, we are driving a Peterbilt, a kind of dark gray, don't know if I quite call this black. Peterbilt here, looks somewhat similar to our truck in the layout and setup, but anyway. Just take a quick look at the map here before we start going. So yes, as you can see, we're heading from Las Vegas down to where are we going to here? Down to Tucson, looks like. Kind of a nice winding trip down through Arizona, hopefully. Ooh, Grand Canyon Village. Anyway, what I'll probably do off screen is I'll drive my truck as close to the border as I can, or maybe down to Arizona, and we'll start driving my truck. But I wanted to get down there relatively quickly so we could, check out the Arizona DLC. So we just got a quick job here. I think, what were we hauling? Fireworks? Yes, hauling fireworks. Let's get started here. Going to be a little different, probably not driving my truck. I might not be used to it here. We'll see once how it goes. And one thing I'm noticing already, and I don't remember if I brought this up in a video or not. A couple of weeks ago, I had a significant amount of problem or trouble with my G27, and that my computer did not like it. It would not recognize half the controls on it. It would recognize the brake and the accelerator as being both fully on. The steering part would work fine. I could steer just fine. But the brake and the accelerator, it wanted to recognize them as both being fully pressed, fully on. And it did not want to recognize the clutch pedal at all. I finally ended up having to completely remove all Logitech software from my system. Completely annihilated it from my system. I even had to go into the registry a little bit and get rid of some of that crap, because initially I just uninstalled it, reinstalled the software. No, didn't help at all. Didn't do anything. It still had the same problem. I ended up having to remove it, uninstall it, and then get into the registry and the program folders a little bit, making sure I really wiped it out good. Apparently, I don't know if it had some settings somewhere or some crap somewhere. It was not uninstalling, and when you reinstalled it, it brought those settings back and just, screwed the whole G27 up for some reason. Which, by the way, I was rather convinced my G27, not the steering wheel itself, but the software, the Logitech software was messed up to begin with. Ever since I've had the G27, I have really... Oh, do I need to turn here? What's up? Oh, okay, up ahead. I'm looking at the map there, kind of the funny turn. Can I get over? Ooh, yellow light. Red light now. Oh, sorry, guys. We're kind of talking and not paying attention 100% to the map here. So yeah, by the way, if you hear any extra noise in my video, it's probably the G27 and the force feedback. Ooh, watch it, the car there. And oh my goodness, folks, one moment here while I kill a humongous spider on the wall. Okay, folks, and we're back there. Unfortunately, I missed the spider. Yeah, one of those I happened to look up or glance up from my computer screen. What in the world's on the wall? Oh my goodness. That was a big one. Anyway, I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for it and see if I can get that one yet. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the G27. Once I got all the software back in, reinstalled, I blew away all the old software and pretty much reinstalled. I think it's a newer version, if I remember correctly. Oh, there we go. And why is my blinker still on? I believe it's a newer version of Logitech software as well. I got that all installed. Logitech G27 seemed to be working fine. Played a couple games with it. Most notably, project cars, some dirt rally, etc. This Peterbilt doesn't seem to have the guts my Kenworth does, I'm noticing here. Yeah, anyway, going back to the G27 here again. Went to start playing some American Truck Simulator here today, and having all kinds of problems with my G27 again. The pedals seem to be working okay, except I do not have a clutch. The clutch is missing. I cannot configure that for some reason. Steering is fine. The paddles and buttons on the steering wheel seem to be working. At least like they're supposed to anyway. I can lock in my speed control and... Let's see, do my lights work? Yeah, lights are on. Brights work, all that good stuff works. But none of the buttons, including the clutch, work on my little side shifter. You know, so the little shifter there, you got the shifter, then you got some buttons above it, and some more buttons, and a little... Yeah, just some extra buttons on it, basically. None of those buttons are working for some reason, so... Normally the controls I have on it are not working. I don't know why. Really annoying. And yeah, like I said, unfortunately, I've already just reinstalled the software. Everything was working after I reinstalled the software, but it seems like something is fouled up again. Yeah, like I said before, folks, I know I've mentioned this many times. Logitech, at least in my opinion, makes some great great hardware. Their steering wheels are pretty good. You know, joysticks are good. All the other stuff they make's pretty good. I've got a Logitech headset, pretty good. Or they seem to really fall short, and I mean fall short, like fall off the face of this earth, is their software. It reeks of incompetence to the highest level you've ever seen, in my opinion. It's just the crappiest software, in my opinion. Does not work. It's completely junk. And that's kind of unfortunate, because like I said, they make a great... The G27 seems like a great wheel to me. Never had any problems with the wheel itself. It seems like every time I've had problems with it, it has been software related. So I'm guessing that's what it is again. Something probably is fouled up with the software. Now I'm kind of curious what's causing this problem, because... Well, I've had problems in the past. I've never had this much trouble with it. And yeah, I don't particularly care to really have to reinstall the software again. But anyway, now that I do have the software reinstalled, I'm noticing my force feedback is working much better. I'm now actually getting better force feedback. The steering wheel is much looser than it was before. Please pull in for a vehicle. Where do I need to pull in? I don't see a vehicle way station here. I'm not sure I can get over. Oh, good. I can get over here, looks like. There we go. Passed the inspection. Oh, great. We passed the inspection. Like I said before, I really wonder what happens. Can you not pass the inspection? And if so, what happens? Oh, great. Don't tell me we're going to be stuck behind this guy waiting to try to get on the highway here. Come on, buddy, go. You got a nice opening there. Go. Come on now, even I could have made that one. Oh, now he's going to go. Okay, fine. Okay, I just seen a message. Someone had to return because they could not find a job. Come on now. There's all kinds of jobs out there. 35 miles. Why are we going so stinking slow here? Is this a highway here or something? Guess not. But yeah, anyway, back to the G27 again. I keep getting interrupted and not quite finishing where I'm at. Now that I've got it reinstalled, the force feedback is way better. Everything seems to be functioning properly force feedback-wise. Otherwise, before, I would have force feedback, but it did not seem like it was proper. It wasn't the right force feedback. It wasn't acting right. It was just, yeah, the force feedback did not seem right. But yeah, now it's actually working the way I think it should. You know, as far as, it's actually maybe just a little too much. I might turn the force feedback down a little bit. I really don't care if I'm just driving straight down the road to feel any force feedback. I mean, a little bit. It's, you know, when you start going on rumble strips and stuff like that. Which, by the way, before when I drove on a rumble strip, did not do anything. I would not get any force feedback. I don't know why, but it would not give me any force feedback. But now it does. When I go up on like a curve, it'll give me a very distinctive force feedback. Whereas before, yeah, I might notice it, but not really that much. And no, it's not because I had it turned down. Something was, I think, generally wrong with the force feedback in the Logitech software. That was just all screwy. So yes, reinstalling it seems to have fixed something there. Hopefully, anyway. Now I just need to fix what's ever wrong with my H shifter. And for those who watched before, you know I like to use the real automatic transmission. Unfortunately, I've just got it on simple automatic at the moment because my shifter doesn't work, so I can't use the real automatic transmission. Well, I probably could if I reconfigured some buttons somewhere, but typically the shifter there is set up for the real automatic transmission. Oh, bummer. I'm going to have to wait, aren't I? Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup of cars there. Come on, green light. Nobody even going. I'm tempted to just go here, but I'll probably get a ticket for a red light. There we go. Come on, buddy. Either go or stop or something. Come on now. Trying to make a wide turn there so I can avoid those cars that were like parked halfway in the intersection. And another thing with the G27 that seems to be working better, the centering force, the centering spring returning the steering wheel back to center when you're turning, that seems to be working properly now as well. Before, and for those who watch my farming sim videos, you know, back when I got the G27, that's actually about, I think about a year ago now. I've had the G27 for about a year. Always had problems with it, the centering. It would center, but it would center with such force, you really had to work to turn the wheel. Whereas now, when you're actually going down the road here, it's actually somewhat loose. You can turn it fairly freely. You know, I can really nicely turn it, like kind of like you would in a real vehicle. You know, whereas when you're stopped, yeah, it turns quite a bit stiffer. Before it would never do that, it was always stiff, and I mean really stiff. And for some reason, you cannot turn it down. You could go down to the Logitech software. You know, you got the centering spring force. You could go there, turn it down. Wouldn't change anything. You could, the only way I could change it, and this is what I did for Farming Sim, is I would go to the Windows device settings. And in Windows, you could turn it down. And for some reason, it would listen to the Windows setting. You could go to the Logitech software, turn it down. Wouldn't change anything. You go to the Windows controller setting page. In the actual Windows settings, nothing Logitech related, just Windows. You know, go to the device manager, hit your game controller settings, bring that up, and you could actually turn it down there, and that would work. But yeah, like I said, now I just got to figure out what's up with the rest of my controls. Hopefully it's not fouled up again. And like I said, I don't think it's the steering wheel itself. It's actually the Logitech software is, like I said, junk. I've never liked it as long as I've had Logitech products, and I've got a couple of them. Steering wheels, joysticks, etc. They make the crappiest software, in my opinion, for all their products. I've never seen a good Logitech product yet with good software. A good example, too. Back in the day, I had a Logitech, I think it was a G17. It was a keyboard. I'd like to say it was a 17. It was the RGB keyboard. Had the little screen on it. The little LCD screen, the full color one. Not just the little smaller screen. I think it was a G15. I'd like to say, I might not be right on my numbers there, but had the full LCD screen on it, the color screen. Really cool keyboard. The software integration for that keyboard was just awful. You could not do crap with it. For example, you change the, you could change the colors on the keyboard for the lighting. Half the time it wouldn't work. It was just, yeah, really annoying. Ended up finally just throwing that keyboard away because of that. The software just, yeah, like I said, pissed me off so much because it was just, yeah, you couldn't do nothing with the crazy software. It's like, what's the point of having this fancy keyboard when you can't even do nothing with it because their frickin' software doesn't work? And by the way, in case you folks can't tell, we appear to be on a Logitech software rant here today. Good hardware, crappy software. There again with the keyboard, I can't complain anything about the keyboard. The keyboard itself, for the most part, worked great. You know, the keys worked, the screen worked. Good, nice, solid feeling keyboard. Just the software for all the fancy features on it, yeah, just didn't work real well at all. And the little screen on the keyboard can do all this fancy stuff. I would say 75% of the time it did not work. You'd have to tinker with it, and finally it's, you could get it to work, and hey, cool, it's working. And then next time you go to do something with it, it's not working again, or who knows what. Just, yeah, like I said, not worth it. By the way, for those who are wondering, I now have a Corsair Vengeance keyboard, K70. Just the red backlight, not the RGB one. Let's see. Oh, I wonder if we should stop for fuel. Typically, most quick jobs you're given enough fuel to make it, but I'm not sure we have enough here. And besides, the employer's paying the price, so why not? Fill up on their tab, huh? Speaking of tab, how much further do I have to go before I reach my destination? Have to look at that when we're done filling up here. Alright, covered by your employer. Excellent. Let's see, can I get out this way? It says I can. At least that's what the arrow on there says. Okay, we got 4 hours to the destination. Yeah, we could probably finish this on screen, I think. That was close. Yeah, I'm not quite used to how loose the steering wheel is now. Before I had to reinstall everything, I'm used to the steering wheel being just so stinking stiff when you try to turn it. Now it's just so loose I can just really whip the wheel if I'm not careful. Let's see, it looks like I can merge in here. So far, not noticing anything too particular about the Arizona map here. Oh yeah, there's the rumble strip. Didn't have that before. And again, it's not because I didn't have it turned on. That was like, okay, first thing I looked at in the options. Okay, maybe I've got it like off or down or something. Nope, it was on. And now it actually works. Don't know why. Like I said, some of the force feedback would work, and it's like some of it did not. Oh, we can really go 75 down this little whatever this is. Oh, this looks like quite the highway set up here. My goodness. Looking at the map there. Yeehaw. I think I'd hate to have to try to navigate that in real life. Hey, Phoenix discovered. I think we want to get off there. Yay, more income. I think we're going to have to save up to maybe buy another garage here, somewhere in the Arizona area. Let's see, I think we can pass them. Doesn't look like we have to get off the highway anytime soon. Okay, the controls do seem to be a little messed up. That used to be my high beam button there. It just seems to turn the lights on and off. In fact, all three of them turn the lights on and off. Okay. The buttons I'm talking about on the right-hand buttons on my steering wheel, the three red buttons there. The top one I used to have for lights on and off. The middle one was high beams on off. And then the third one was flick the high beams on off. Or I think they call it, I think it's called the light horn. I think they called it something like that. Begs the question, nope, my wipers do not work. And neither does whatever that button does. I think that was maybe my horn. Cruise control, interestingly enough, works yet, though. Not sure what's up with that. Oh, speaking of cruise control, I just shut it off, didn't I? Oops. My bad. That's all I get for pushing that button. Tucson downtown. Well, doesn't look like we're getting off there, so I guess we're not going downtown. And I think I'm pronouncing that right. I might not be. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, wait a minute here. Do I need to? Yes, this is the right one, right? Yep, okay. Good thing there's not a whole lot of people on the highway at the moment. Okay, looks like we're almost to our destination. This looks like a really big facility. Whoa, that was a good bump there on my steering wheel. Let's see. Delivery only. Okay, well, we are delivering, so... At Walbert. Yes, Walbert. Okay. Oh, they want it right there? I think we can accommodate that one. No, we're not getting tired yet. Come on now. Perfect. A rather, I would say, uneventful drive. Okay, 10,000 for that. By the way, I was looking at the same job, or if I drove it with my truck, I think it was a $16,000 job if I did it with my truck. But obviously, I would have had to drive down there to the, what was it, Los Angeles we started at. So, just to make things a little quicker and get to Arizona, I just took it as a quick job instead. So anyway, with that, folks, I think we'll wrap it up there. Hope you folks enjoyed the little Arizona DLC adventure. Definitely some more to come here in the future. And I will definitely get my truck down in this area so I can start driving it with my truck. So anyway, with that, folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and till next time.